Coming up on this edition of Voice of the Nation Fast Break, we'll tell you why Kobe Bryant faces 6 months in jail.
And we will grade Laker forward Ron Artest's performance on Dancing with the Stars.
And which team has come forward and offered Kobe $600,000 a game?
Speaking of Kobe, there's a cameo there in the UCI video. This is why the lockout needs to end.
This is the most random clip I think I've seen.
You know how hard it is to get Kobe to do anything, and here he is in this video. This is
must have been in a good mood that day.
A very good mood.
Embarrassing. All right, welcome on inside Voice of the Nation Fast Break, the top Lakers stories every single week. My name is David Brickley, alongside Kevin Figures and Jason Riley. How about Jamal Charles torn ACL? How about that?
Is this going to be like the generic go-to at the beginning of every show?
Why not?
We take cheap shots at the
I think
Chiefs.
it's a great transition.
They're such an easy target, though, Jason.
How else do you transition? I mean,
Come on, be creative, guys. I mean, the Chiefs. It's easy.
All right, we're going to jump into the top story of the week, and that is, remember the church dispute with Kobe and this guy with the cell phone cam? Yeah. He's praising the Lord, and I guess the guy disrespected him. Well, law enforcement sources tell TMZ that the case will be referred to the San Diego city attorney, but cops think at best it would be filed as a misdemeanor battery, which still is a big deal if you ask me. Maximum sentence of 6 months in jail.
Well, it's a big deal because originally it came out, Kobe and his representatives were saying he didn't do anything. There was no incident. It was a non-issue. Now, if the cops are referring this over to the actual district attorney or to the prosecutors, then you know something definitely did happen.
I'm not buying any of this. This was a lockout story when it first happened.
Everything's a lockout story.
It is. It's a lockout story then. It's a lockout story now. I think there's a better chance that Anna Nicole Smith walks right through that door than Kobe Bryant spends 24 seconds in a courthouse.
Very awkward. Yeah. But look, I mean, he's not going to spend any time in jail, obviously.
Let me ask you this.
He's not going to spend any time in court.
When the regular season starts, will Jason Riley be like, this is a regular season story, okay? This is a playoff story.
That will never happen because the regular season's not going to start.
You continue. But
well, there's smoke, there's fire. I think there's something to this case, whether they end up settling in a civil trial or Kobe gets a slap on the wrist. But the fact that it actually went this far tells me that something actually happened.
Who knows? But 6 months in jail, no matter what it is, if that's a maximum sentence, obviously we all think.
Do you guys actually think Kobe could, in any scenario, spend a second in jail?
No, not that. But I could definitely see Kobe Bryant getting a little bit pissed off, and a guy is disrespecting him in church and grabbing a phone, and the guy obviously is saying, "Oh, you hurt my wrist," which is complete BS, I'm sure. Right. But I could see the act at least happening, and all it takes if Casey Anthony was innocent, you never know.
Wow, we're hitting deep topics here at the beginning.
All right, so the second story is Kobe again, and this time being offered by an Italian team $600,000 per game. If you break down his $25 million salary in the NBA, if he did play all 82 games this season, makes about $300,000 per game. That also goes down to $12,500 per minute or $200 per second, which we're all very familiar with our check. This is double what you would make, guys, in the NBA. Italian, according to BolognaBasket.it. Is that what I guess we're gonna roll with?
We'll run with that.
They're gonna give him $300,000 or $600,000 per game to play for their team.
I was looking this up before the show. I'm not 100% sure on this, but I think the Italian league, they only play 30 games. So if they're playing 30 games and he's making that, he's going to make what in the range of 12 to $15 million.
Yeah, right.
Like that. My math could be horrible.
Yeah, that works for me.
So I mean, it makes sense for Kobe to go overseas and a lockout and play. It makes total sense to me.
Kenyon Martin and J.R. Smith have both already signed with China,
right? And
that season goes all the way to March, and they can't get out of that contract. So if the NBA says, "Listen, we worked this deal out. We're starting in November," those guys can't come back to the Denver Nuggets until March. So some of these players are saying, screw it, rather be safe than sorry, and I'm going to go play overseas. And Kobe, even though he may not have that contractual situation like those two have, I think he's looking at this pretty strong.
As he should. I mean, look, you have these guys who are used to getting ready for training camp at this point in time. They're getting ready for basketball season, and now you have these guys doing absolutely nothing. He's singing with UCI, for God's sake, singing songs. That's how bored these guys are. They have nothing to do. So Kobe Bryant's
a cross-country team, too. I mean, the UCI country.
Not even the basketball.
The UCI cross-country team of all teams they make a cameo appearance with.
So obviously,
he is lowering his standards.
I can go overseas and I can make $600,000 a game. That's pretty good scratch to play basketball. And probably not even play at his highest level. People are going to come out just to see him because he's Kobe Bryant.
Quick question. This was, I think, on an article I read this week. What if the season's completely gone? Who does it hurt more, Kobe Bryant or LeBron James?
Kobe's
getting up there in age, but LeBron still has something to prove. He's already said he's going to win 7 championships. I thought that was an interesting question because if a whole year is lost, who does that hurt more, an aging Kobe Bryant or a guy that hasn't proved anything yet, LeBron James?
It probably hurts Kobe just because of the age factor. You know LeBron's going to play for at least another 7 to 10 years. Who knows what injuries and all that,
right,
health-wise. But because LeBron has a wider window to try to prove himself and win championships, and Kobe Bryant, with his age, already being in the league as long as he has been, I think it hurts him more than it hurts LeBron.
And LeBron, you look at his situation, and the thing that would be really challenging for him if this were to happen is that he's going to have to live with what happened in the finals last June for an entire another year.
Right.
The criticism, he's the bad guy, all the things that have come out about him, he's got to deal with that for a whole another year, and I think that in by itself could negatively impact the rest of his career.
All right, guys, so our next story. Jason brought this to my attention as you see the picture across the screen right now. The LeBron James 23 license plate, yet it has a Laker frame. Isn't that like having like a Republican and Democratic
right,
presidential candidate on the same bumper? What is this?
It's a bit of a conflict of interest, don't you think? I don't know maybe this is a joke. Maybe it's just like a practical joke someone's playing on somebody or something.
It's got to be a joke because it's the cardinal sin in Laker Nation to root for LeBron James. Now, that's completely ridiculous. Right. It's completely unfounded, actually. But it's reality, it doesn't make it any less true, but it's got to be a joke. It has to be a joke or a lost bet.
This is like if Kevin and I were roommates and we shared a car, and Kevin's like, I want a LeBron James license plate. I'm like, all right, you could have the LeBron James license plate as long as we have a Laker frame. Like, all right, I guess, and that's kind of the agreement we came up with.
Yes.
That's the only thing I could think of.
Exactly, although that would never happen. But
there's a girlfriend and a boyfriend that own this car together. Yeah. And one likes LeBron. They're just compromising. That's all it is, guys. A compromise.
Or there's the thing we have to talk about that's in question is this legit picture. Is it photoshopped? I mean, I don't know. I don't know how to tell those things, but it very could be photoshopped.
God, you have a lot of time on your hands if you Photoshop this.
Yeah, you have way too much time.
Do a little bit better. All right, now to our final story. Ron Artests, the first contestant, voted off Dancing with the Stars. I thought Laker Nation was a little bit more stronger than this.
Right.
Hate or love Ron Artest, Laker Nation should have went out there and voted for the guy. I mean, you got to support your Laker. And Nancy Grace beats Ricky Lake is still in the hunt. I mean,
hey, Ricky Lake can move, man.
Artest is gone, and I got to say, we have the video link in the description as well.
Right.
You guys can check it out, but he was terrible. He was beyond terrible.
I did not have to watch a single second of Ron's performance to know
we knew that. We called it.
Yeah, we did call this a while back in one of our videos. Look, he's not the most coordinated player.
He was on Jimmy Kimmel. He literally cannot bend one of these. Like one toe can go like that, and the other toe can't go further than this.
Wow.
So it's kind of hard to do the cha-cha-cha when you can't move your foot.
I was pretty excited to see the YouTube. I didn't watch the show, but I did see the YouTube video, and I was excited to see what Ron could do, and it was as bad as everyone's saying. But I think what people don't understand is, especially people that don't live in Los Angeles or in the surrounding areas, LA is its own world. And Ron Artest or Meta World Peace or whatever you want to call him here, he's huge here. He's got a great Twitter following. Laker fans love him, but that doesn't translate to the rest of the country. And I think in the first few rounds of this show, it's more of a popularity contest than it is anything else, and that's why he was eliminated.
But shouldn't he be more popular than Nancy Grace and Ricky Lake?
Yeah, I mean, he's a bigger, he's current. I mean, Ricky Lake hadn't had a show in, 5-10 years, maybe even longer than that. Ron Artest is relevant, won a championship recently, playing in Los Angeles for the Lakers. I mean, he's not playing for the Clippers.
Let me ask this, but people that don't know Ron Artest and don't follow his time with the Lakers and kind of how he's changed his persona, is Ron Artest or Meta World Peace even a likable figure at all in a lot of parts of the country?
I think he is now.
Yeah, I would say.
But see, what he should have done is said, text the word vote to however they do it, 6122, if you want to vote for world peace. Then you got to do it.
Well, of course, yeah. Because
I'll spend 99 cents on my text messages to vote for world peace. But I think they said Ron Artest. They switched it up on him. I call conspiracy.
Yep.
Dancing with the Stars.
Do we know why they?
He was even on Jimmy Kimmel. Ron Artest. I don't know. One day they said world peace and PETA, whatever name, PETA?
Meta World, I don't know.
But yeah, and then the next day they say Meta World Peace. So they weren't consistent. I think if they keep the World Peace slogan, there may be someone out there in Missouri like, I'll vote for this World Peace guy. I like that.
So you're calling sabotage and David.
Yeah,
conspiracy against the Lakers, as it always is.
Right.
But we will ask the viewers this question. Rank Ron Artest, and we have the video link in the description as well. So go ahead and rank on a scale 1 to 10 what you thought he did on his performance. It was tough. It was tough to watch. Make sure to subscribe to this channel and also like this video. And we'll leave you with McDonald's asking LeBron James the odds of winning 7 championships.
Odds of LeBron James winning 7 championships, 1 in...
Come on, man.
Odds of LeBron winning a prize, 1 in 4.
Free fries.